It's worth talking just a little bit more about why models are so useful, in case it's not obvious. I just think that, what is consciousness? When you want to understand something, you start making models of it. That's what we do as intelligent organisms. And so it's not like this is the only model, but it is one model. And the 7 chakras is another model, and the 9 personality types of the Enneagram is another model, and the 12 signs of the zodiac is another type of model, right? So
yeah, I mean, it's a little bit like the story of Genesis. Man was made in the image of God. And is it God modeling man, or is it man modeling God? So we have this faculty of imagination, this imaging process, which I think serves that modeling activity you talked about. What interests me, actually, models, of course, always interest me, but I'm always really curious as to where the models take me. And if they don't take me any place past the model itself, I tend to lose interest. It's almost a kind of a
right.
Intuitive bias of mine, I guess. I'm always looking for the gnosis or the direct experience of the energy or the force that the model refers to. And it's great if I can use the map or the model to get there, but if I can't get off the map, then I would tend to, almost by default, begin suffering from the fundamentalist virus that confuses the map for the territory.
Right. The map is not the territory.
No, unless you're a fundamentalist, then the map is the territory.
Korzybski? I got that from Robert Anton Wilson, who was quoting, right? Korzybski, is that right? Is he the guy who was saying the map is not the territory?
Yeah, well, something like that. I think Robert Anton Wilson learned quite a bit about semantics and how the power of words shape consciousness from Korzybski.
Yeah, well.
But he's the one that Bob popularized that phrase. I think the map is not the territory, or the menu is not the meal. And,
right.
And I think it's a very clever, I think, and actually important concept to grasp.
Yeah. I'm a person who used to be hypnotized by words. I'm confessing.
Well, I think we all are. It's pretty easy in this culture to walk around in some kind of trance or another.
It is one of the most difficult skills I've had to learn in my life, is to be constantly kind of stepping back. And, when I read now, I'm reading on multiple levels. And there's a part of me that's always stepping back and saying, is this even meaningful? Am I spending my time profitably?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I only, quite frankly, and this is just between you and me and the thousands of people who might be watching, I only really think when I have to.
That's great. I like that. So were you into Zen at some point in your life?
Still am. I'm a great fan of The Void. And
oh, that's right. There's that. So one of your films, I saw your film last week called The Invisible Forest, and I loved the part early in the film where you say you don't have a self-image.
Right. That was a scene where the character I was playing was in a psychotherapist's office, and the psychotherapist was asking him, well, what's your self-image?
Yes.
Can you tell me something about your self-image? And my character says, what self-image? I don't have a self-image. And this really throws the psychotherapist, because he can't understand how anybody possibly could not have a self-image. And they go on and on and on until finally, my character is trying to explain to him that it's how he knows himself. It's a certain way of knowing himself without an image or an idea attached to his experience of himself. I guess he knows himself without a self-image. I thought that was a fascinating direction to follow as a character, and so that's why I wrote it like that.